It's good to see you today. So I'm out here today just doing a little bit of cleanup. In fact, today I wanted to wash up Little Red and wash Big Red and maybe even wash the building a little bit. But as you guys probably know, this property does not yet have water coming to it, and we don't have electricity. My wife's over there weed eating with the battery operated Ryobi. And speaking of that Ryobi weed eater, I had it for 3 years minus 2 days when I took it in for a warranty repair. It has a 3-year warranty on it, and apparently the circuit board was shot. I mean, it would still run, but I would put a battery in it, a brand new 3-amp battery, and that battery would be just absolutely wiped out in a matter of a minute, maybe even 30 seconds. And after a few batteries, I realized it wasn't the batteries, it was the weed eater, because I tried the batteries in other units and they worked fine. And so it was a little bit of a hard time, but Home Depot and their Ryobi warranty center, they took care of it. So I've got a new switch and a new circuit panel on it, and we're trying it out for the first time. We'll see how long it lasts, but so far it's lasted longer than it was lasting, and she just started. So we'll cross our fingers and hope that all is good. So here's what we're doing. We do not have water, and so I have this tank. I think it's a 30-gallon tank, 35 gallons, but I got 30 gallons of water in it, you can see right here. And I went and purchased this 0G water hose, 50 feet. It's a 5/8 of an inch hose, and looks kind of nice as far as its heavy dutiness. It's got a nice 5-year warranty on it, so that tells me it's probably made pretty well. And now I also, since I have no water pressure, we're going to use this water. We're going to get it into that hose, and we're going to try to spray it out of this fire hose jet to see if it actually gives us enough pressure to wash up Little Red over there. And I'll pull out Big Red, the 75C Case IH tractor, here in a little while. We'll wash it up as well. There she is. And so what we're going to be using is this pump that I purchased. Also, we're going to do an oil change on the Polaris in a little bit too. There's my kid. But yeah, this is a Ryobi 18 volt lithium battery pump. I bought this for my boat as a backup sump pump, so that in case I sprung a leak, I would have a way to get that water out of the boat and get it overboard. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to try to hook this up and see if we can get the water, to get the pump to prime, pull the water out into the hose and out the line here, and see if we get some good pressure. So let's go ahead and get this thing hooked up. I'm going to set this down on the ground, give it plenty of space for gravity. Oh, that's not going to work. Yeah. Okay, so let's try this again. So what I've done now, since I've got a male fitting on the end of this and a male fitting here, and I don't have an adapter, is I've just put the hose down inside of the tank. I've got it clamped here so it won't pop out, and we've got a battery inserted in the back of this. It's a 4-amp Ryobi 18 volt lithium battery. We're going to turn the pump on and see if we get any action. All right, we don't want to waste water, so we're going to hook this water hose up, and we're going to see how it comes out the end with that jet, the fire hose jet on it. Now, I've got this open so that we have plenty of airflow through here. Let's get this unwound, and let's go back and turn this on. See what happens. All right, let's move it through the hose, and here we go. Oh, this is we've got flow, but it's less flow than we had before with it just coming straight out of the hose. Let's just set that down here a minute. This fell off. Let's turn that off a second. Try that again. So obviously what I'm seeing is any little kink in this, and it's obviously going to hold it back. So let me get all the kinks out. Okay, so we've disconnected the 0G 50-foot brand new hose that I bought for this purpose, and we've hooked up a little short, probably 12-foot regular garden hose. We're going to turn the pump on now and see how it shoots out of this hose. Not really any different, maybe slightly better, but not much. Okay. So, I do believe that we will hook up the pressure washer attachment that I purchased from Ryobi, from Home Depot. Yeah. Let's give this one a look. Okay, so this is the 320 PSI Ryobi 1 cordless easy power cleaner. So you can see the photo shows that they're washing a truck and so on. So I've got two ways to consider this. Maybe using it without the pump and possibly using it with the pump. I don't know that it has a pump that pulls unless it's got pressure coming into it, and I have a feeling that's the case. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to attach it to the end of this hose instead of this fire hose here. So I'm hooked. All right, and stop this, set this here while we get this opened up. All right, let me show you what we have in the box. So it looks like we have the handle in a carrying case, along with a hose that you can, I believe, put into soap. I'll refer to this photo real quick, because a water hose just comes into here. This is the hose that comes out that you can put into a bucket of soap. So yeah, this looks like it's just what goes into the bucket of soap that you would use if you were going to be pulling soap into the cleaning process. Get these off because this looks like the wand that shoots out the jet. I'll keep this packed. Remember how I unpack this in case I need to take it back. If this doesn't help me, I'm not going to keep this. Let's see here. Put it together easy. Let's carefully remove this. Set that there. Lift this one up, bring it here, pull this out, pull this out. Put this back where it came from, put this back where it came from. Now, you know how it goes back if you need to put it back. Looks like here's where the battery goes in. This is where the attachment goes for the well, it looks like based on what I'm seeing here, there's only one attachment here. There's only one inlet, which means that you can pull from a bucket of soap or you can pull from the water hose. But this is a quick connect, so we'll look for that quick connect inside the unit. This quick connect apparently is what goes down in the bucket for the soap. So let's open this one up after all. See what we have here. This is the quick connect that goes to the water hose. So let's take this water hose end here. Let's connect this quick connect to it. Let's see how this connects into here. Nice. That fits well. Let's get a battery and put in there, see what happens. Got another 3 amp lithium, 18 volt. We're gonna keep this tag on here for now. Pop that in. Put that back, lift that clamp, put it down. Okay. So, let's go ahead and put our hose on the end. And there are different settings that you can somehow move this around. Okay, it just turns. There's turbo, rinse, and a 15-degree angle, it looks like. So let's stick it on turbo, and let's shove this down into that end. The arrows line up here. That does not seem sturdy, but let's give it a go and see what happens. I've got to say, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm wondering how that will work with gravity feed instead of going through the pump. I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to do that with the fittings that I have. So let me turn you off for a second and come back. So we removed the pump out of the water container. We're going to add this hose that's connected to the little pressure washer straight in here and open this valve up. So valve is open. We have water running down in, gravity down to the ground, but gravity's not going to get it up here very far. So let's see what happens when I turn this on and see if it continues to pull water through. Here we go. I'm gonna put the water back in there. Love it. Seems to be working. That's a nice little spray. It feels like it's got a little bit of pressure, not much, but enough to do the job. Enough to get it wet. I think we've got a winner here. So I believe I'll be keeping that. And let's wash up Little Red. Let's wash up the Polaris 500 Crew, and let's wash up the Case IH 75C Big Red. All right, so I pulled Little Red down here, and my wife pulled Little Red down here so that we could get prepared to clean her up a little bit. I did not bring a bucket or any soap, but I did bring a few towels and a sponge. So I'm only going to be using water, a little pressure, and some wiping action. So let's get this thing going. I'm pretty excited about this and how it's going to work for me. So let's hook it up. All right. So we've got gravity going to this. Let's turn you around and let's see what happens here. Get this. I don't know if you can see well or not, but it's cleaning it up pretty good. Check this out. And it's not using much water either, based on what I see. Let's get this seat cleaned off a little bit here. So I've got an idea. I'm gonna pull the truck up on the hill a little bit, park right below the hill, get myself a little bit more gravity. That's going to bring it up a little higher. Let's get a little red over closer. So now our tank's a little higher. I think we're going to get a little bit better pressure. Let's wash out this bed. There we go. thing just popped off on me. How in the heck did that happen? How did this come unscrewed? Maybe it was never screwed in here well. Maybe that's got something to do with not a good air seal to allow this to, maybe that's why it was leaking. Okay, so here's what we've done. We have hooked up the pump. We put the pump inside the hose into the tank, the outlet into this water hose over to the little pressure washer. So let's see how everything works once we get all of this in place. Well, that sure is better than not having water at all. Obviously it's not perfect, but it will do in a pinch.